Hey, what is up guys? It's Aaron here from Chronos Games, and today I'm going to be bringing you a Magicka DK PvP build. This is solely for group play and mainly for Imperial City. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into it. Second bar, one-handed shield, invasion, flame lash, burning talons, burning embers, engulfing flame, and as the ultimate standard of might. Now, CC is the name of the game, and you want as much CC as possible, so I'm running invasion for that knockdown, hard CC, and then you want to put talons on them for another CC. That way they have to break free and roll dodge to get out away from you. After you do those two, you want to use engulfing flame and burning embers. This will put the dot on them. Now that dot will eventually lead up to, not eventually, I'm sorry, that dot will end up at 11k after 10 seconds. So if they don't cleanse that off, they're going to be hurting. After you hit them with that, you want to start using Flame Lash on them. And I mean, just start using that, because I mean, after you get occasionally do Talons after like every I'd say like third Flame Lash, use the Talons to get them immobilized. Okay, first bar, Resto Staff. This is mainly to charge your ultimate because this ultimate cost a shit ton. 250 ultimate, not cheap. So you want to constantly, I'm sorry. So you want to constantly be building that ultimate. Dragon Fire Scale, this is the main ability you want to always have casted. This ability is imperative as a Magicka DK. It is just too good to pass up. Because especially if it reflects for an additional 35% damage towards the caster. Stone Fist, or Stone Giant, sorry. I only use Stone Giant if I'm under 60%. No, I'd say about 75%. Stamina is really important in combat. It's just as important as magic, honestly. So if I'm running low on stamina a little bit, I will use the hard CC as Stone Giant. Get that get that knockdown. I only use Green Dragon's Blood, usually when I'm about to die, or if I'm low on stamina. Then I'll cast that. But other than that, I don't use it as a heal. It's just not that great of a heal. Like, I will spam it to prevent a death, but I mean, the main reason why I use it is for that stamina recovery. Ash Cloud, or actually, let's go over Degeneration. I only use this if I'm like, you know, getting ganked or something. You want to hit this on them because there's a 15% chance to heal you for like 115% of the damage caused. And you know, what if that procs on Flame Lash, which is already going to give you, it'll heal you for like 5.6k over 2 seconds. Well, guess what? That's going to also proc for about another 3600. I know it says 2556, but when I get in PvP, it'll be around 3600 each Flame Lash. So I mean, you know, imagine an 8k heal. You know, I mean that's pretty good. So Degeneration, I don't use it all the time unless I'm, you know, just like 1v1ing or, you know, getting ganked. Cinderstorm, you want to use this before you go and charge in with your ultimate. What I usually do before I'm about to go in there and drop Marine all hell, you want to do a Cinderstorm, do a Flappy Wing, run in there with an Invasion, and drop your standard right in the middle of this, where all the enemies are. Mainly try to hit the enemies, but I mean, you want your Ash Cloud as close as you can to all the enemies. You know, you want to go for that big, huge cluster of enemies, because your group will do all the damage. What you're just trying to do is get that health negate on that, not negate, but I mean health debuff on them, because once they're in that standard, their healing is reduced by 30%. So I mean, you know, that's a total game changer that can turn the tide real quick. So that's that. You know, you want to spam your talons while you're in there. After you rush in with that, start spamming your talons several times to ensure that all of your group gets there and just wipes them all down. Because yeah, they'll be so stuck up on the Cinder Storm and the Talons. I mean, it usually kills almost all of them. Only like 2 escape sometimes, but that's about it. Uh, that's about it on the skills. Yeah, I would definitely always recommend having your flappy wings up. It's just too good of a skill to not use it. So, let's go over the gear that I'm running, then we'll go over the attributes. 5-piece Warlock and 5-piece Magnus. I run the 5-piece. You can run whatever you want here for the shirt, belt, Magnus, uh, you know, just all that. You can completely replace the Magnus set if you want. You don't have to have the 5-piece, but whenever that 8% chance procs and it doesn't use up your magicka, that's you know, that just gives you a huge break on your magicka recovery. Because once you cast a spell and it's about to give you magic back, if you use a spell, then it resets the timer for you're about to regain magic. So, I mean, you know, you're getting low on magic and you have to cast something. Let's say you cast it and then, oh shit, now you're screwed because you don't have any magic. Well, you know, if that procs while you're using that ability, then it's pretty much guaranteed to fill up another whatever your magicka recovery is. So about 1600, so that's another 1600 magic, which I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but I mean, in 8% doesn't sound like a lot, but it procs more than you think. But I mean, you can run whatever you want, honestly, anything you want there. I'm running 5-piece Warlock though and 5-piece Magnus. Sword and Shield is Toryg's back. Resto Staff, you don't have to. It's not really that important. You can put something. You can put a set. Get a set Resto Staff if you want or something. But it doesn't. This bar is mainly for gaining ultimate. That's it. This bar is mainly for gaining ultimate. Because the ultimate is just super expensive. 250 ultimate is not cheap. You want to constantly be building that ultimate. Now, let's go over the attributes. I would put everything into health, but this was before the update. So, I mean, I would recommend at least 25k health because you're getting a huge health upgrade in PvP because you're a lower vet, if you're a lower vet. But yeah, I would recommend 25k health for the role that I'm playing. I'm running 30k health in PvP, so I mean, I like it. It doesn't bother me on my magic and stamina anyway. I just like having the extra health for lasting longer. So anyway, that's that. I am a Breton. I like the extra spell resistance. I get the spell resistance of a tank whenever I if I were to put another ability besides Cinderstorm on and Cyrodiil, I would put on Hardened Armor just for the extra physical and spell resistance. It's not imperative, you know. Honestly, you can put like Proxy Debt or something if you want there. You know, I don't have that yet. I've never had it. I want it so damn bad. I've had it so close on 3 different tunes, but I'm leveling them all around the same time. But anyway, alright, I hope you enjoyed the build video, and I will see you guys in the next one.